Well, hello, friends. Rich here again with another GRM training. We've been going through the 7 marks of effective charity as portrayed in Chapter 6 of the Tragedy of American Compassion, because we truly want to be an effective charity, doing the best work we possibly can. So a quick review of those 7 marks. We have affiliation. Closer, nearer is going to be our goal. Bonding is just that time to get to know them. And remember, I want to highlight this once again, is that just because we know them from a previous stay, we may not have that same person on a new stay. Things have changed in their life. We must look at them as a new opportunity, a new chance. And if we can't give them that new chance, maybe we need to let them go somewhere else because we are just not ready. So always given that chance, get to know them. Categorization is that triage treatment that we do. We have to be very bold with that. We may have to stay on other agencies when we're passing someone who needs relief onto them. We need to be that spokesperson in defending them, getting to where they need to go as quickly as possible. In discernment, we're using the Holy Spirit, our experience, our knowledge, the things that we've seen and heard in order to best serve these men and women. And we talk about the exchange program, where we're adding value, allowing them to be a value with us. And we talked about real freedom. Jesus did not come for a temporary experience. He came that we could have extreme freedom in him and him alone. So this week we're going to talk about the final is God. Now, God probably should be first. Maybe if they went with Adonai instead of God, maybe he could be up front, but alphabetically, G just comes there after F, and so he becomes that next 7th mark. But God is an important piece of everything that we're doing here. It should permeate everything we say do, whether it's serving a meal, it's doing a check-in, it is in the midst of someone just be greeting somebody. God needs to be the first and foremost person that we're doing all this for. The truth is, I don't do what we do for the men and women we serve. I do it to serve God. Do all things as unto the Lord. And our biggest challenge, the thing that we most want to do is we want to introduce these men and women to Jesus Christ. Some of them have never had any kind of positive interaction with a believer of Jesus. We need to be Jesus with skin on to these folks so they can begin to know who he is and know this person that we love. They can't get to know who he is by watching television, reading books. All those other places oftentimes distort who God is. We want them to know the true Jesus that comes through the scriptures, and then we can portray that out to them. They cannot experience real affiliation apart from God. God is the king of affiliation. God is the one who knows us better than we know ourselves, so he's the king of bonding in that regard, getting to know us. He is the one who categorizes us. He has actually categorized all of humanity, most into those who are saved and those who are unsaved, but then smaller pockets within that of saved but not really serving God, unsaved, and completely heathen, and those who are moving toward God. I would say Saul was probably in that first category somewhere in there, but he categorizes. Discernment, obviously, he is the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. He discerns the best. And we just have to have our ears open to hear what he's saying. He believes in the exchange program. There are many scriptures that back up the whole exchange idea, but he also sees value in humanity. He created us. He sent his son to die on the cross for us. He exchanged the life of Jesus for our salvation, so we would get salvation. We didn't have much to give on that. All we have to do is accept that gift. And then freedom. Jesus is all about freedom, and the freedom comes from following his commands, doing the things that he has called us to do and to be. I mean, very directly, we have the 10 Commandments, but then he has direct things he's told you to do, things he's told you not to do, things he's told you to say or not to say. God is the one who's in complete control over everything, and we need to submit everything over to him. Obedience is a key to success. We need to do that for ourselves and help our guests do that very same thing so that they can be successful. Well, that's been the 7 marks training. We will have one more on true charity next week, and then we will be done with this series, and I'll be starting a new series shortly after that. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.